our name.
It'll always be Texas in our heart.
Of course it will be. Alright, I'm just gonna have to do a little bit of settings here real quick because Okay, there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, in the bottom left corner on Texas, playing as the red Protoss, it is Teddybear.
And in the upper right-hand corner, it is our green Zerg player from Team NOM. It is Murr.
You know, that team is called just Num. It's just
Num.
the Num team, you know.
They must like eating.
Oh, did I suddenly get super loud? Why is this happening? Let me just see if my computer is messing up again.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll take over the cast for a second. If you want to change it.
Yeah, I need to do that.
Okay, so bottom left-hand corner, right, we have Teddybear, and he will start off with a pylon outside of his, or right by his natural. This is either going to be a forge, fast expand, or maybe even a double gate. We'll see how he wants to play. I know that Teddybear actually likes playing an aggressive opening, so it might not be out of the realm of possibility to see a gateway come down first, but no, in fact, it is going to be a forge. So the one thing the Zerg will have to watch out for in an opening like this is just to make sure he doesn't get a cannon rush if he throws down a hatchery first, but as we see, well, I don't know if Zephyrs is moving the camera around, but I will tell you that the Zerg player did throw down a spawning pool first, and I'd say this is probably more oh my gosh! Oh,
yeah,
this probe is being sneaky. I think it's gonna want to throw a pylon.
Oh,
there it goes
wow,
right now.
Teddybear! But that's like so easily. No, he can't scout it because the spawning pool is morphing. Yeah, is my sound level better now? Because it did for some reason reset up to 100 again.
Yeah,
it's supposed to.
It sounds like it did at the beginning, so I feel like it might be okay. But
okay, that's really weird. But actually, Mur still doesn't know about this, and oh, here comes the cannon. Now he finds it though. And you know, is it too late to discover it now?
No, I think he's gonna be. I think the Zerg player is gonna be fine. Actually, he's gonna send the drones down here. The attack from the drones should be enough to get the cancels off, and I actually think this will leave the Protoss player in a little bit of a bad spot. But a thing we do have to take into consideration is the mining time lost from the drones.
Yeah, it's kind of going both ways here, but that was 2 canceled cannons. But Teddybear in the meantime did get his Nexus up, so not too shabby though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it maybe kind of a break even. I will say it probably came out a little bit in Zerg favor just for the sheer fact that this pylon is now going to be taken down. And that's 100 minerals invested for nothing, really.
Yeah. Okay, we got our admin coming now, so that's good. I can stop being admin at the same time as well, so...
Wonderful.
Oh, ooh, this is really bad for Mir. He's gonna sacrifice an Overlord straight into this Photon Cannon. This is a classic mistake, and this... I see this happen more in tournaments than not. It's kind of like a nervous mistake. It's one of those things you just forget to do, which is unfortunate.
Oh, yeah, no, I completely agree. And when I play in tournaments, I make extra darn sure that I put that Overlord exactly where I want it to go, because just in case something like that, like a cannon rush, happens.
Oh yeah, for sure. We have 4 Zerglings now. They have a big entrance to slip by here, but 4 Zerglings ain't gonna cut it versus 1 cannon. He might get like 1 or... Okay, never mind. No, it's not gonna get anything.
Yep, that 1 cannon will be adequate enough to hold off any type of Zergling pressure for the time being. We can actually see in the Zerg spawning pool the speed upgrade for the Zerglings being researched, and then he took his drones off of gas, so we might see some sort of Zergling aggression coming out of this.
And he's getting a 3rd base too, but that might just be for extra larva to just churn out Zerglings. But churning out Zerglings in Star Wars, because there are no cracks between these buildings, is very difficult to, like, you have to break that little gap. You have to get through there. It's really, really hard to penetrate a Protoss base.
Yeah, for sure. It would, a lot of things would have to factor in order for that to work. He would have to deny scouting for a while, and then probably make up to maybe 20 to 30 Zerglings to even come close to busting down that front. So he's probably just going to be droning up a little bit here, and we actually see him go back on gas, and he is starting that lair. We don't see a Hydra Den on the way, so it might be a straight into Spire play.
This might be a little bit dangerous, because Teddybear is going straight into Stargate, and Corsairs, if they are careful versus the initial Scourges, do really well versus Muta play.
Yeah, that's very true. And you're kind of looking for that special number of Corsairs if you're opening them from the Protoss player. And once you get to maybe like 5 or 6, they're going to go ahead and really make those Scourges ineffective. Now we have a little back and forth going on between these Zealots and the Zerglings down here. It's kind of just a little skirmish for map dominance right now. The Zerg actually wants to keep these Zerglings kind of on that side of the map just to see if the Protoss is going to move out, and see he's kind of like running around and making sure that he stays right there in front of that base.
And Teddybear is making sure to plug that hole in case the swarm of Zerglings run by those two Zealots and try to go into the main for a little run by, but that's not going to happen, and Muir also hasn't made many more Zealots, but man, look at that, now he's got Hydralisk, now he's going for Hydro Speed. This guy really knows how to throw the casters off, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, that is probably going to be good because Teddybear, look what he's got going across there. He's got a little bit of a Sentinel coming on, and this thing has a null ward ability, which you throw it down, and it kind of explodes akin to sort of what a Spider Mine does, but you're definitely going to need the Hydralisk to deal with that. So let's see if we can pick up any drones.
Yeah, Sentinel's going to be really interesting. We actually have one Sentinel already in the third base, and the null ward is there. It has a very long... Oh, and it hit the Overlord, which is less than ideal. You can turn off... You can turn that off auto-casting, and you really should have done that.
Now we actually see Teddybear. He's committing to the Sentinel play quite a bit. He's made 2 of them already. And a good thing for Teddybear is that there is no Spire on the way whatsoever for the Zerg player. So just as long as he doesn't run these into any Hydralisks, they're going to be a presence on the map for quite a long time.
Yeah, and these null wards can be really good for holding off the early Hydra pressure as well. If you get a good null ward hit on the Hydras while cannons are firing at them, they're going to take a lot of damage. They get slowed down and they take extra AoE and everything. So we're going to have Teddybear swinging in air again. There's only one Hydralisk to defend, and they should be able to DPS it down with some cute micro. The attack of the Sentinel is incredibly weak, but it has some decent range. I think he can actually outrange the Hydra if he micros against it.
Yep, currently right now he can. Once the Hydra range upgrade is completed, which is being researched right now, they will actually be able to kind of go blow for blow at the same amount of range. He
has them on manual detonate now. He wants to grab that clump of drones when they get there. There's only 4 of them. Is he gonna try and go for them? These null wards. He had an Overlord there, so he actually saw that. But the null wards did go off though.
Yep, he did get a couple drone kills there. It could have been worse for the Zerg player, but I think the Protoss player will be fine with getting some drone kills there. Now he's gonna keep these Sentinels sort of tucked outside of that Zerg base to kind of come back in and see if he can get some more pickoffs here. And now he's moving into the main base, and still no Spire on the way, but we do have a hive coming down from the Zerg player now.
That's a very quick hive, actually, especially versus Protoss. You don't usually go for that fast of a hive in Protoss, unless I'm mistaken. And oh wow, so many null wards in the main mineral line. This is almost too many, I think, but still, it's gonna make sure that Muir does not want to mine there anytime soon. Yeah.
Oh yeah, but he's got to be careful with these Sentinels here because they're just getting picked off for free. These are a unit that you don't really want to do a straight-up engagement. Oh my gosh, here comes the drones. Are these going to go off? Are the null wards going to go off on the drones? He doesn't see them still. What's going to go on here? He is holding another. There's 3 drones dead. And oh, all right.
That was actually quite good. He killed a total of 5 workers there, so that's actually quite nice.
Yeah, that was very good for the Protoss player. And now the drones are weakened, so we could actually go back in there if he managed to get his Sentinels there, get a couple more drone pickoffs.
Oh, meanwhile though, we do have a Lurker down on the way, so he might switch into some Lurkers. Again, some more null wards, but these null wards this time... Oh, actually, you get to see something new there in Starbow. The Hydras were able to shoot the null ward as it was moving, and that was not possible before. So it prevented that from going off.
Mm-hmm. Now, the macro from Teddybear, the Protoss player, seems like it's a little bit better than the Zerg player. We see the Zerg player kind of floating around the 1,000 mineral mark, but you know that's not everything in Starbow. As we see, this contingent of Zergling and Infestor here might come over here and deny the expansion, and this is a crucial part of the game for the Protoss player. He needs to get this 3rd down to stay competitive in the game, and if he loses this, he's going to be set pretty far behind.
Yeah, the Infestor is quite interesting. He could be... Oh, he can pick off the Dark Templar with Ensnare.
Yeah, the Dark Templar.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, it was cloaked, but now it's not cloaked anymore because then Snare does reveal it. And now we have the Lurkers going down, setting up a fortified position here. And but the Sentinel comes in, uses its reveal ability. We'll see if the Teddybear can get some work done here. But these Lurkers are just way too strong with the storms going off, taking out 3 of them. I think our Protoss player might hold this.
Wow, very nice play there for Teddybear. You don't like the glare there, and I think I'm going to turn down the sound in the game just slightly because I think it's a little bit louder than you are. So I want to make sure they can hear you.
And a wonderful hold from the Protoss player. As I said, that is a huge part of the gameplay for Protoss, is getting down that 3rd base in a timely manner. And with when those Lurkers come out in the field, if you do one little slip up and a Lurker contain gets on that base, it's going to set you pretty far behind. So holding on by the skin of his teeth there, Teddybear, making things happen.
Oh wow, I like what Muir's doing here. First of all, he has an amazing creep spread going, and second of all, he's getting Ultralisk Cavern. And he has the economy now. If he can get his 4th base saturated to... I guess it's 4 gases you basically need to keep Ultralisk production going, right?
Yeah, I would say so. For the little amount he's actually invested in gas units, I'd say he could make a comfortable transition on 3 bases if he really needed to. But since that Protoss player did get his 3rd base down, going to try to get more bases to the Zerg player is always a good idea.
Alright, I'm turning on the sound a little bit more, getting some feedback here. Let us know if you can hear me too much, him too little, or the sound in the game too much. So, so we want to make sure we maximize the experience for you guys watching this.
Now let's go ahead and take a look at the upgrades on the map right now. We see Teddybear has absolutely 0 upgrades on the field. And this is a crucial part for Protoss as well in this matchup, because you want to get to the point, if the Zealots have 1 more attack upgrade than the Zerglings have shield upgrade, you can 2-shot the Zerglings. But right now with the current upgrades, it's going to take 3 shots total to kill these Zerglings.
On the other hand, though, Zerg only has 1 carapace upgrade, so it's not like the difference is not huge, but it is something and it's notable. And here comes the glare, but he can actually try and pick off the Sentinel. He only has 1 Hydra, never mind. But Teddybear's going to try and move across his ledge. If he can get some good, yeah, there we go, some good ensnares off. It's going to make it harder for Teddybear to deal the damage he wants to. But he is going to break through this though.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like on the surface that was a Protoss win right there. But he actually had to trade most of his Zealot army for that, running into those Lurker Spines. And Dragoons aren't always necessarily the best unit to have just by themselves. But this army is still looking pretty formidable, so he's going to try to maybe make a move onto this Zerg 3rd base right here. And if he moves in there, he might be able to take it out before this Ultra Tech can come into play.
I feel Muir just needs more Zerglings versus these many Dragoons. A ton of Zerglings would be really good. Very nice storm. Both be killing all the Lurkers at the same time there. And Teddybear might just be able to break this now. Those 3 Lurkers were really important.
But we have the reinforcements coming here from the Zerg player. They actually have high ground advantage, no more storms left on the Templars, and so he will be able to shoot this force away, maybe temporarily. But no, the Protoss player is going to come back in, picking up drones, and the Dragoons still stand uncontested. Coming back in, he's gonna make a play to maybe pick off the hatchery.
Oh, can he hold it? This is gonna be so close. He has the Zerglings coming in now. Okay, the Dragoons are not fighting a very good position now. Ultras and oh wow, Nullworks even. Hydra Zergling Ultra is really good to kill Dragoons off. But again, man, Teddybear is doing pretty good here.
Yeah, he's doing good. The Ultras did pop out. They held off the attack for just a little while, but the Dragoons actually have a great attack when facing Ultralisk. Their attack does a fair amount of damage to them. And now we just have the rally of the Protoss army coming in here. It looks like this hatchery will fall, and the Zerg player is looking like he might be in a pretty hard spot. Observers now arrive on the field, so we can detect those lurkers. And look at this, Protoss player taking another objective. Now he's on the high ground, looking down to shoot down into the Zerg natural.
Yeah, we do have more Zerglings and Ultralists on the way from Europe, but this is going to be really hard to hold. We have, we see Teddybear just streaming in units across the map here, and to reinforce this attack on the natural. And yeah, 2 Ultralists are not going to cut it at this moment. He really needs to regroup and do something. Is Teddybear going to commit though? Is he actually going into the main, or is he going to just, you know, count his victories and take an expansion and just drag the game out a little bit longer? And he seems a little bit uncertain on what he wants to do.
Yeah, he doesn't want to overcommit. He doesn't know the situation necessarily, but he is going to move in now. He's feeling confident. He has the Zealots as the buffer. He has the Storm in the back as well. These Ultras are going to fight valiantly, but I don't know if it's going to be enough to hold off this Protoss wave, and there goes the GG.
No amount of valor was enough, and Teddybear takes the first game.